What's up, guys? My name is Angelo, and welcome back to Geloman MMA. If you're a fan of the UFC, you watch UFC every single month, and you just like anything and everything related to UFC, this channel is for you. On this channel, I break down anything and everything related to UFC. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, hit like and subscribe to the channel because I post content like this every single week. So today's video, so UFC 274 is next Saturday, and I kind of want to talk about Justin Gaethje in particular. I'm gonna make my predictions next week before the Monday or the Wednesday before the fight, but in this video I kind of want to talk about what's at stake with Justin Gaethje for this fight. So on this channel I speculate on a lot of things, and I like talking about. I like breaking down fights. I like making my predictions, but I also like talking about the mindset of these fighters. And I think that's one thing I really talk about most on this channel is like the mindset of the fighters and the strategy that's behind the business of the UFC, and overall just speculation about the sport. But the one thing I really do enjoy talking about is the mindset of these fighters. So the reason why I like UFC so much is because I enjoy the mentality that goes into these fights, the mentality and the mindset. I like when I like to see how certain fighters do under pressure, and I also like to see where they come from and how they got to where they have gotten. And that's the one thing I really enjoy about the sport and I can relate to. And I think UFC, like combat sports, is so different compared to all these other sports because a regular human like myself or anybody that's not a professional athlete, we can relate to these fighters because whatever they go through in the octagon, we go through that in life, not physically but like just mentally. Everybody can relate to fighting. It's just who we are as humans. We just gravitate towards combat sports. Like if you can go back to when you're in junior high or high school and you saw a fight, you didn't shy. You weren't like, oh, violence, I can't look. Violence, I can't look. No, you were like, oh shit, who's fighting? Let's go over there, see who's fighting, who's winning. And it's just something instinctual in us human beings that we like and we gravitate towards. So we all gravitate towards combat sports. I just want to talk about Justin Gaethje's mindset and what is at stake for Justin Gaethje next Saturday. Let me try to break this down as best as I can. And I know everything is kind of all over the place, but just bear with me. So Justin Gaethje is fighting for the UFC lightweight title of the world next Saturday against Charles Oliveira, and it's very significant because Justin Gaethje has worked his entire life to get to this point. It's just like other UFC fighters, and the thing that makes this so different, in my opinion, is that Justin Gaethje is fighting in Arizona, in his home state, and he gets to do it in front of his family and his friends and the people the people who watched him grow up. And Justin Gaethje grew up in Safford, Arizona, which is 3 hours away from Phoenix, Arizona, where the fight's going to be at. So there's going to be a lot of family members there. And if I was Justin Gaethje and I can get inside his head, like what I'll be thinking is like, man, like I dreamt of this my entire life, and I get to go and headline a UFC fight card in my home state for the heavyweight or for the lightweight title of the world. You couldn't script it any better than this, and it's so cool. It's just so cool to see because I live about like an hour 45 minutes away from where Justin Gaethje grew up, and the hype is real. Everybody in the town and the surrounding towns, they're excited for it. So I just can't even imagine how excited Justin Gaethje is and how pumped up he is for this fight. And it's so cool to see. It's so inspiring to see, and I want to see how he deals with all the pressure, because there's a lot of pressure coming into this fight. And I don't know, like I'm not sure if this makes sense to any of you guys, but it's just what I see is like, how was Justin Gaethje gonna be ready for this? I know he's ready physically. I know he's ready mentally, but it's just the thought of him getting to do this in his hometown that gets me so excited for this fight. And I'm rooting. If there's one person I'm rooting for that day, it's Justin Gaethje. No disrespect to Charles Oliveira. It's gonna be a tough fight for Justin Gaethje, but it's just, I don't know, it's so exciting to see, and I'm so pumped up for that. And this is the thing about this sport that makes it so unique and special, is that there's so much at stake for both of these fighters. Charles Oliveira has worked his entire life, blood, sweat, and tears to become a champion, and he became a champion. And now he's at that point where other people are trying to take that away from him. And this is the thing that makes this sport so different from anything else, is that you have two guys who worked their asses off to get to championship level, to become a champion. So one guy like Charles Oliveira, he is the champion. He worked so hard. He got to that point. Now there's another guy, Justin Gaethje, who's also worked his ass off his entire life. He fought for the title once before and he lost. So this means this is even more significant to him. You got both guys gonna finally fight each other, and they're basically gonna try to take what the other person, they're basically gonna try to take everything away from who they're fighting. There's just so much at stake. It's like, it's not only a title, it's just Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje is fighting for his dreams to become true, and Charles Oliveira is trying to take that away from him by not letting him get that opportunity, by him becoming, by him staying the champ. And this is what I love about the sport, is there's no room for error. It's high stakes, and this can make or break you. Whoever loses, they're still going to be a good fighter, but it's just so much more on the line, and that's what's so special about this sport. So I'm kind of curious to see how. I want Justin Gaethje to win. I'm also a fan of Charles Oliveira, but I have to go with the hometown. I have to go with the hometown guy, and I'm gonna go with Justin Gaethje. I'll give my predictions in another video, but this video I'm just speculating and rambling and just giving my thoughts on the fight, and I'm talking about the mindset and the mentality of these fighters. This is what, like, there's no other sport out there that's like this. This is the only sport. So it's just, I don't know, like, if Justin Gaethje wins on next Saturday, that whole arena is gonna fucking explode. I'll be at that fight, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. If he wins, it's gonna, the whole arena the roof's gonna go off that place, that for sure, if Justin Gaethje wins. And I think he can knock out Justin. I think he can knock out Charles Oliveira. I don't know. That's another video. I'll save that for another video. But yeah, this video is just mainly about the mindset that Justin Gaethje is going into, and how much pressure he has going into this fight, and to see how he's gonna level that out and get into the fight. And it's just so crazy. It's crazy to see, because, like I said, he gets a chance to do it in his hometown, in front of his friends, in front of his family, and just accomplish everything that he's been working for. And I hope he gets the job done. I'm definitely rooting for Justin Gaethje. Yeah, I apologize. This video is kind of all over the place, and it's just, this is what I like talking about. Like, if this is a channel, like, if I was telling people what my channel is about, I would tell them, go watch this video that I posted right now. This is exactly why I love this sport, and this is what this channel is about. I'm no expert in making predictions. I'm not no expert in breaking down the fight to a technical standpoint. I can do my best. I know what I'm watching. I know what I'm seeing. I enjoy that. I can talk about that, but also I like to talk about the mentality of fighters, because it's just, like I said, we're human beings. We can relate to these fighters. We can be inspired by these fighters. There's so much you can take from these fighters mentally. The one thing you can take away from them is their mentality and how they approach the game. And that's what I love about UFC, combat sports in general. And I think I don't know, I just love the sport. I'm sorry for being all over the place. I just fucking love this sport so much. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will be posting my prediction to the UFC 274 fight card in the next couple of days, and I'll give my thoughts on Justin Gaethje versus Charles Oliveira from, like, a technical standpoint, I guess, and who I think is gonna win. I mean, you guys already know who I think is gonna win, but I'll break that down even more in another video. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.